From Rocket Man to Tiny Dancer, you can hear all of Elton John's hits at Foundry Theater next week. Tom Cridlin is playing the role of Elton in a tribute show, and he joins us now to tell us all about it. This has to be a dream come true.
It's absolutely a dream come true, not only to be touring around America, but coming to the Foundry Theater. It's going to be a really special show for me and my band. We play in the style of Elton John in the early 1970s. So if you're a fan of Elton and his music, then I hope you'll come down and see the show.
Oh, yeah, so many hits. So talk to us a little more about the show. You said it's going to be like from the 70s era.
Predominantly from the 70s era. And we certainly play in that style. You know, a lot of bands and artists today in the music industry don't play live. There's a lot of backing tracks and auto-tune and stuff like that. But the main reason why I'm such a huge fan of Elton John and why I decided to take the unorthodox step of going round America and all over the world playing his music is not only because the songs are great, but because I sincerely believe Elton was, I know he's now retired from the road, but he was the greatest live performer in pop music history because he played over 4,000 concerts without any backing tracks or click tracks. It was all live, it was all human. And actually, if you look back at the archive of recordings of Elton John's live performances, there is pretty much not one single wrong turn, one note out of tune on the piano or vocally. So that's the reason why I pay tribute to Elton John, because I think he was the best to ever do it. And, we're all students, so why not learn from the masters? But in terms of what people can expect to hear, they can expect to hear a live show. And as I said, and as you touched on, we'll play mainly 70s songs, things like Goodbye Yellow Brick Road and Your Song. But we do play a couple of things from after the 1970s, like we do play The Lion King, Can You Feel the Love Tonight and Circle of Life, and some things from the 80s like I'm Still Standing, and I guess that's why they call it the blues.
Oh, that is great. All the best there. I've heard him in concert. He is amazing. You've met Elton. Tell us about it.
Well, it was a wonderful moment to meet him and have a brief conversation with him, and it was all really, my wife saw that he was at a table next to us at his Oscar party, which is a big charity party in LA, that basically the public can go to this party more or less, or a lot of people get invited to this. So we just happened to be at the table next to him, and my wife kind of went over and said, my husband is a recovering alcoholic and got sober thanks to your inspiration, which is the truth of the matter, really. Elton giving up drinking is one reason why I managed to stop drinking 7 years ago. He's a kind of inspiration in terms of his sobriety. But another main reason why I've managed to kick the disastrous habit of over drinking is because, I'm playing his music and touring and kind of imitating his tireless work rate.
I just can't imagine that moment, actually getting to meet him. Wow, and what a special bond that you have with him. Okay, you said we're going to hear our favorite songs. Will we get to see some of those iconic Elton John costumes?
You most certainly will. I'll be wearing a outfit that actually was worn by Elton John himself on stage. That's something that was recently given to me as a present. Elton auctioned off some of his stage costumes because he had a house in Atlanta, and because of stopping touring, he decided to sell the house in Atlanta and all of the contents. So that included some stage costumes, and someone was kind enough to buy me a beautiful red rhinestone encrusted suit that I've actually got here with me now in Dallas Airport.
Oh, wow. That's so exciting. Okay, so Tom, remind us when and where is the show and how do we get tickets?
So it's at the Foundry Theater, and it's on Monday, the 20th of January at 7 p.m. And you can buy tickets at foundrytheatre.org. Go to their website. I'll be so delighted to meet all of you. It's honestly been the joy of a lifetime touring around America, playing. these incredible timeless songs. And my band and I love meeting American people. We've been to almost every state, and we've had amazing experiences in all states. You know, I know that sometimes there's a lot of division in America, but there's nothing like music to bring people together.
Exactly.
And I've got good things to say about the people from every state.
That's amazing. Any final thoughts? Do you have a favorite Elton song that you all play in this set?
Well, because it's live, it's it's such a minefield. So I really love playing everything. I mean, sentimentally, I love. I guess that's why they call it the blues. But I also love Tiny Dancer. In terms of playing with the band, I love playing Funeral for a Friend, Love Lies Bleeding from Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. But I love playing everything, whether it's upbeat, Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting, or Crocodile Rock, or something like that, which is more fun. Or, you know, if it's a ballad like Rocket Man and Candle in the Wind, you know, these are timeless songs.
Oh, wow. Those are all great ones, too. Well, Tom, this has been fun talking with you. We can't wait to see you when you're playing at Foundry Theater here in Huntington.
Thank you so much for having me, Susan.